For this reason, the Father loves me, he says, because I lay down my life so that I may take it again. So Jesus already knew coming into the world that the plan was to lay down his life. But he also knew he was going to take that life back again. Now, how did he know this? Look at 18. No one has taken it away from me, but I lay it down on my own initiative. I have authority to lay it down, and I have authority to take it up again. Where did Jesus get the authority to lay down his life and then to take up his life again? Look at it. This what? Commandment. The ESV says, this charge I received from my Father. Do you see the covenant in place between the Father and the Son? The Father commanded the Son as part of this covenant to go get the sheep that I'm giving you. Get them, save them, raise every single one of them up on the last day, glorify them, and bring them back to glory. That's the charge. That's the commandment I'm laying upon you. You see, each of the members of the Trinity had a part in this covenant that they were to perform. And I don't think I can explain it better to you than just by reading to you an excerpt from a sermon by Charles Haddon Spurgeon in the 1800s, a Baptist preacher from London, one of my favorite preachers of all time. I'm just going to read this to you because he puts into words this idea of this inner Trinitarian covenant, this eternal covenant. And this is what he said. I, the Most High Jehovah, do hereby give unto my only begotten and well-beloved Son a people, countless beyond the number of the stars, who shall be by him washed from sin, by him preserved and kept and led, and by him at last presented before my throne without spot or wrinkle or any such thing. I covenant my oath, and I swear by myself, because I can swear by no greater, that these whom I now give to Christ shall be forever the objects of my eternal love. Them will I give through the merit of the blood. To these will I give a perfect righteousness. These will I adopt and make my sons and daughters, and these shall reign with me through Christ eternally. So that's the part of the Father. Let's go to the part of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit also, as one of the high contracting parties on this side of the covenant, gave his declaration. I hereby covenant, said the Spirit, that all whom the Father giveth to the Son, I will in due time quicken and bring to life. I will show them their need of redemption. I will cut off from them all groundless hope, destroy their refuges of lies. I will bring them faith, whereby this blood shall be applied to them. I will work in them every grace. I will keep their faith alive. I will cleanse them and drive out all depravity from them, and they shall be presented at last spotless and faultless. And then finally, we have the part of the Son of God himself. As for the other side of the covenant, this was the part of it engaged and covenanted by Christ. He thus declared and covenanted with his Father, my Father, on my part, I covenant that in the fullness of time I will become man. I will take upon myself the form and nature of the fallen race. I will live in their wretched world. And for my part, will I keep the law perfectly, and I will work out a spotless righteousness, which shall be acceptable to the demands of thy just and holy law. In due time, I will bear the sins of all my people. Thou shalt exact their debts on me. The chastisement of their peace I will endure, and by my stripes they shall be healed. My Father, I covenant and promise that I will be obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. I will magnify thy law and make it honorable. I will suffer all they ought to have suffered. I will endure the curse of the law, and all the vials of thy wrath shall be emptied and spent upon my head. I will then rise again. I will ascend into heaven. I will intercede for them at thy right hand. I will make myself responsible for every one of them, that not one of them whom thou hast given me shall ever be lost. But I will bring all my sheep, of whom by my blood thou hast constituted me the shepherd. I will bring every one of them safe to thee at last. What do you think of that covenant, folks? Does that blow your mind? Now, he's not just pulling things out of the air. Spurgeon is pulling scriptures from all parts of the Bible into what he's just laid out for us in this sermon so that we can see and understand something that must have transpired between the persons of the Godhead from all eternity. This is the eternal covenant. And Jesus here is the one who offers the blood of the eternal covenant. And this provides a basis for sanctification. You have to know that his blood was shed because you're one of his sheep, and he's bringing you to glory before you can really take a step towards holiness. You need to see and have peace with God.